joined by Colorado State head golf coach Laura Cilek. Coach, how you doing today?
Good. Great. We just started season, so it's
Yeah.
a fun week.
Yeah. So you just started your season. How has your off season and summer been? And have you got to do much this summer outside of coaching?
Yeah, we summer felt like it went by really fast, which every year you feel like it goes by a little quicker, which is kind of crazy. People tell you that, but you don't really believe them until it starts happening. Um, we recruited quite a bit, me and my assistant, Brady Campbell. This was his first full summer with us, so he did a little bit more recruiting, which was really nice to have two people split it between. Um, I did quite a bit of hiking in my off time, some biking, just there's so much to do in Colorado. It's hard to almost say no sometimes. But yeah, it was good. We're, take a little time off in the summer and recruit and then get ready for them to come back. So yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, my stepsister lives in Boulder, so she does a lot of hiking
Oh,
and
nice.
rock climbing. So yeah,
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
that. So getting to your early golf journey, how did you start playing golf and what age did you begin playing? What are some of your early golfing memories?
Gosh, that's a good question. I kind of started playing a little later, about like my freshman year in high school. I played a lot of soccer and basketball and tennis growing up. But growing up, we would go swim and then jump in my grandma and grandpa's golf cart. And, you kind of start as a kid wanting to be able to drive the cart, which gets you out there and then start playing a little more. In high school, I really liked golf because you got to play the whole time. You didn't have, playing time in basketball or soccer. And, if you got to play in the tournament, you got to hit every single shot yourself. So I really liked that part of it. You got to take control of the game and good and bad. You can't blame your bad shots on anybody else, but you get, when you play well, it's really fun, fulfilling. And the harder you work, the more you see, your the fruits of your labor happen right in front of you. So it's pretty fun sport that way. And then I just kind of felt like I was good at it, really liked it, kept working hard and got better really fast. And then yeah, I played golf at University of Iowa. So
Yeah,
on to the
you grew up in Iowa, so how was your, junior amateur golf career growing up in Iowa? And did you get to travel to play, tournaments growing up, or what tournaments did you get to
um
play in?
we didn't have a ton of junior golf in Iowa. We
Yeah.
played like, the state am, stuff like that, but I didn't even know what AJGA was when I got to college. It's pretty funny now, being that we've gone to hundreds of tournaments over my career. Um, so just kind of a local kid. No, I didn't travel much for tournaments, mostly inside Iowa. I think I went to like Minnesota one time, and that felt like a long trip. But I grew up family of four, just, or had four siblings, so we were busy. Didn't quite have the money to fly around the country and play golf, so just played locally. And um, I was pretty athletic, so I think I picked it up fast. And then, yeah, just University of Iowa worked out, and I had a great, athletic experience and academic experience there. And I think that kind of led me into coaching, as I really had a great time and wanted to provide that for other, you know, student athletes as I got older.
Yeah. Being from Iowa, did you always know you wanted to attend the University of Iowa? And how special was it for you to get to play for the Hawkeyes?
Yeah, I mean, when you grow up in the Midwest, I mean, you see some of the football rivalries and basketball. And um I mean, I was going to football games since I was like 2 years old. So yeah, it was definitely a dream of mine. It was really awesome to play at home. And I still go back there a lot. It's great to go to your alma mater, and the coaching staff has been awesome in um, welcoming me, and just all alums. We play with them quite a bit, which is funny. So still get to see the Hawkeyes out and about quite a bit now.
An interesting fact about you that I found out is you were the 2011 Big Ten Sportsmanship Award recipient. So how important is sportsmanship to you, and do you stress the importance of sportsmanship to your current players?
Yeah, I think, we're a sport that plays in the community quite a bit. So we're playing at different golf courses with donors, with just fans, just community members. And I think one thing about golf is it is something that you can play your whole life. So you're connecting with all people of all ages, and it's important to represent yourself well in your university. And we're playing on their golf courses, and they're gracious enough to let us out. They're really good partners for us. So I tell my team all the time, and you never know who you're going to meet out there either. It could be your future employer, it could be, a friend. You just never know. And, one action that paints us in the wrong light can ruin all the access, all the great things we get to do around here. So, yeah, we really try to carry ourselves well and represent the university well, and just, get to know people within the community. That's the awesome thing about our sport. We still get to play with, 65-year-old people who went to CSU, 30 years ago. So, it's really a fun sport where you get to cross all age groups, and it's important for them to show up and talk, and it's great. I mean, those are lessons they can use the rest of their life. So we really talk about that a lot.
After graduating from Iowa in 2011, you joined the Hawkeye coaching staff. So how did this come about to you joining the coaching staff at Iowa, and how special was it for you to be part of the coaching staff at your alma mater?
Yeah, it's a funny story. Actually, I was working in the pro shop, and so my college coach had left. They had just hired a new coach, Megan Menzel, who's still there. And I remember they were about to tee off and she didn't have any scorecards. So I like ran them out there, and um, I was kind of like, hey, if you hire me, I will help you out. I'll work really hard. I want to get into coaching. And she took a chance on me that fall, and really taught me a lot, got me started in the coaching career, and we're still really great friends. So that's kind of how I got started. Um, and then after that, I went to Middle Tennessee State, then to Oregon, and then I've been here for 5 years now. So
Yeah, you
yeah.
spent two years at Middle Tennessee State as assistant women's golf coach. How did you end up at Middle Tennessee State? What was your experience like there?
Yeah, just kind of random. I don't know. It was open. I wanted to get my master's degree, so they had like a GA type of position. Tennessee, I'd never been to Tennessee before, really, maybe like once or twice driving through it. So I really like Nashville. I love country music. So I thought it'd be kind of a cool part of the country to move to. I was like 24, young. But it was really great. That area of the country, I'm pretty outdoorsy, like to hike and bike, and it was awesome. And Nashville is a really fun city, and it was about 25 minutes outside there. So, a really kind of up and coming school. They've grown so much since I was there. So yeah, it was a great place to learn. I loved getting my master's degree. I got to continue kind of professionally down that path, and um, while also growing in my coaching career. So it was awesome. We won the conference championship there. We had a player go to nationals. So we had a really great team. Chris Adams was the coach, still is the coach. So still get to see her. But yeah, I learned a lot from every stop along the way.
Yeah, during your time at Middle Tennessee State, you served a 4-month internship in Spain at the Jason Floyd Golf Academy. So how did you get that
Yeah.
internship, and what was your experience like and your time in Spain?
Yeah, so I really wanted to travel a lot right after I graduated college, and this opportunity afforded me to be able to do that. My college roommate who played on the men's team, James Rice was his name. He was teaching there, playing there, so I was, just called him, hey, can I come over for a summer and do an internship? And it was really awesome. They had really high-end teaching equipment, like TrackMan, like very um, forward edge of like new technology, which was hard to find at that time. So I got to learn a lot about that. We did a lot of strength and conditioning stuff. And then I just kind of learned more about internationals players, like where are they from, what are they like, and which is, looking back was pretty pivotal for me, being that we recruit a lot of international student athletes. So just learning the landscape of European golf and junior golf. And then just a lot of teaching. We did a ton of teaching. So that was really good.
Yeah, after Middle Tennessee State, you spent 3 seasons at Oregon as the associate head coach. How did you end up at Oregon, and what was it like to be part of the coaching staff for one of the top, golf programs in the country?
Yeah, so I applied online. The position was open. I knew I was going to be at Middle Tennessee for 2 years because it was a GA position. Um, and I'd always thought Oregon, oh my gosh, the Ducks, branding is so good. You think that even though you've never been there. Um, and Rhea Scott had a really, really great reputation within our coaching community. And so we had a player make it to nationals that year, and she was there because they were hosting nationals the next year. They didn't make it to nationals that year, Oregon didn't, but she was there just kind of scoping it out because they were hosting. And she was looking for an assistant. So we met, we had dinner and kind of hit it off, and just really talked a lot about our philosophies, coaching, growing within the industry. And I don't know, we just kind of hit it off, and I went out for an interview, it went really well, and then she hired me. And we had a really great 4 years together. She's still one of my best friends. We see each other recruiting a lot. We're playing in their tournament this year. So yeah, I have been really lucky in having three great people to learn from at Iowa and Middle Tennessee and Oregon. And I those three people, Megan and Chris and Ria, would probably tell you I have a little bit of all of them in what I do every day here at CSU.
So you mean Rhea Scott, who's the Virginia women's head coach now? She was your head
Yeah.
coach at Oregon? Yeah. Okay. You know her. So any notable players you got to coach at Oregon?
Oh gosh, a lot of them. We had some really great student athletes. We have a couple. Kathleen Scavo and Caroline Inglis are still playing professionally. Kathleen Santoso lives in Australia. She's just opened a yoga studio. Petra Salko was one of the highest GPAs in the business school. She's from Finland. Gosh, we had some really, really fun teams. And a lot of them are doing amazing things now. Some in golf, some nothing to do with golf. But yeah, we've had some really standout players that we got to coach together, which was really fun.
Yeah. You've been the Colorado State head women's golf coach since 2018. What does it mean to you to be a head coach and specifically the head coach of the Colorado State women's golf team?
Yeah, I think as a head coach, you have a little bit more responsibility of kind of the outline of the culture and the types of people you bring in. I mean, recruiting as an assistant, you do a lot, but the decision making really falls on the head coach, and you don't really see that until you become one. And just a bigger scope of the program, fundraising, tournament, scheduling, just outlook, facility upgrades, all that kind of stuff. So a little bigger long-term picture you're looking at. CSU has been an awesome place to work. I think our department, we have a really amazing coaching staff here, just in all the sports, really closely knit. We're all in the same office hallway here, so it's really fun. You get to learn from other coaches. And personally, Fort Collins is probably my favorite place I've ever lived. It's just kind of a unique little town that I think is getting a little more popular now that everybody knows about it. But it's a really great place to work and live. The community is awesome. We have really nice administration support. Our AD, Joe Parker's been, really personable, down to earth guy, which, is motivating when you have someone who's connecting and really wanting your team and you to excel. So it's been a great place for me. I have loved every single year I've been here. Working through the pandemic here was interesting, but it's nice that we're kind of back to normal now.
So I have three more questions for you. How does your team look going into this upcoming season? And do you have any notable players on your roster who stand out?
Yeah, Sophie Torres made it to regionals last year. She was the lowest scoring average in school history, so that's always exciting when you have those players winning. Andrea Bergsdottir came back for a fifth year, so she's been one of our lowest scoring averages also. Sophie edged her out last year. And then we have six players this year. Friendly broke her arm this summer, unfortunately, but she's going to be back hopefully in the next couple months. So just a lot of people returning from last year. We finished like 68th in the country, so hopefully we can keep pushing up towards getting that bid to regionals as a team. I think that's our goal, and really excited. We have a team that's very individually motivated, which I think is great. They love to practice and compete, and that's, if you have that as a coach, it's going to be a fun year.
Does Colorado State have a home course, and how do you like to structure practices, workouts, and qualifying for your team?
Yeah, we have like a home golf facility at Harmony Club. And then we have about 4 private courses around here we play. So we play Fort Collins Country Club, Ptarmigan Country Club, Harmony, and TPC Colorado. So we're pretty lucky. We have a lot of good support in the golf community here. And then what was the second part of your question?
How do you like to structure practices, workouts, and qualifying for tournaments for your team?
Hmm. We work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the mornings, and then they go to class and we practice in the afternoon. We usually play 3 days a week and then practice the other couple. So, just depending on class schedules, it's kind of interesting sometimes to get practice times together, but this year's been pretty good. So we usually try to play Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then practice at Harmony Tuesday, Thursday. So, and then save the weekends. Some weekends we'll play depending on our travel schedules, stuff like that. But women's golf is quick. They're here for about a week and a half, and then you're about ready to travel. So you don't have the luxury of a lot of time to, grind, practice, and all that stuff. So really getting in the play mode, competitive mode. That's what we do pretty much right when they get
Mhm. And the final question I asked to all coaches is, what do you enjoy most about being the Colorado State head women's golf coach? And what makes Colorado State such a special place to coach at?
I love the relationships with the student athletes. It's what makes me excited for practice every day is, going to qualifying later today and see how they're doing, see where they're at, see what we can help them with. I love just watching them play golf, kind of decision making, where can we help them be better in those areas. But just overall relationships with them, getting to know them, having fun with them, providing them with an experience they're going to remember for their life. I love finding a group of student athletes who are going to be friends forever, and just traveling around the country playing awesome golf courses. I mean, does it get any better than that?